And if any of you people do not stand and give Brett a 5-minute standing ovation for being the best player in NFL history Sunday, you are worse than pigs. You are tapeworms in a pig's stomach.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is, as we welcome both Dan from Woodbury and...
That's not Dan from Woodbury.
Oh, yeah, that's Tom. Sorry, Tom. Hold on a minute. Let me get Dan from Woodbury.
There we go.
There's Dan from Woodbury.
Hello.
And now, hi, Dan from Woodbury. Now we've got Carl Gerbschmidt.
Your selection games and phone lines will sound like they're about the same.
Wow, that kind of hurts.
Why would I say something like that?
Hey, Carl?
Look, I can't. I'm in an airport. I can't be on the phone for like a day and a half. And your standings are wrong. I was 3-0.
Well, you weren't 3-0, and
I was 3-0. I picked the Falcons.
Yeah, but
I picked I picked the Ravens.
You're burying the lead here. We just played a soundbite where you've basically told Packer fans to show some sportsmanship and give Favre a standing ovation upon his return.
That was for the Vikings. That was a few years ago when he used to be the best quarterback. A few years ago.
Well, for those confused, we didn't do picks last week, so that's an open that was in.
3-0.
Well, we're happy for you.
I want that fixed.
All right, we'll fix it.
I had some friends who are listening.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I got friends.
Where are you right now? Why? It sounds.
I'm in the airport in Memphis.
Why? What do you mean?
Oh, we had a continuing learning experience that the Wisconsin Department of Transportation set up, and I can't get home because of your stupid airport. Because of your airport, which I should not have ever had agreed to even fly into.
You could spend the night in Graceland, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could if I wanted to, but I'm stuck here.
Well, why don't you?
Yeah, why don't you commune with Elvis's ghost?
Why don't you shut up and fix your airport?
What?
Seriously, why don't you fix your airport? You have a retarded airport.
Well, I don't think that's how you describe an airport. I don't know.
Okay, it's slow.
Well, let me ask Dan from Woodbury this. How does it feel to be atop the standings? I mean, it's not a gaudy record at 11. What are you, 11-9? But
I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't think I've ever been at top of the standings. Have I ever been at top of the standings?
Well, I according to you should have been several times, and you got jobbed by the officials.
Yeah, well, I feel good. And here's what's funny is this is the first time I've really even actually cared. Where I really put my heart, my soul into these picks. That was the first week, and I went 3-0.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I feel very, very happy about that.
Hey, Carl,
I want the record checked. Is what I want.
Let me ask you this, Carl. We just had Leroy Butler on, and he savaged Mr. Ted Thompson. Savaged him.
Yeah, I guess whoever cut him, I guess he just savages him, huh?
Well,
that's a mature way to deal with things, Leroy. Why don't you just go and fade away now instead of having to make everybody look at you now? You had once upon a time had a good legacy. Don't ruin it.
Hey, Guardsy's going to the game. Sidekick Justin Guard, and he wondered if you'd meet him for dinner. Maybe Sunday night, maybe even Saturday night at the Brett Favre Steakhouse.
No, I don't go in there anymore.
Well, why?
We are tailgating this weekend, and it's going to be a good time.
Can you stop by?
We're going to tailgate. Yeah, assuming I can get home sometime soon.
We can only hope that plane flies right over Green Bay, just like the Northwest Airlines one did here to Minneapolis, and he just doesn't make the game. How good would that
be? That'd be outstanding.
Well, if it would fly over Minneapolis, maybe it would drop me at my house. But I have to fly into Minneapolis, and your airport is stupid.
It's not a stupid airport.
It's stupid. It's got one runway, Dan. How smart is that?
Well,
and it's not like this. My plane was supposed to take off at 1 o'clock. I was supposed.
Why don't you rent a car
from Memphis?
Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah. You've driven longer.
Yeah, I don't think so, Dan. Why can't you just make the airport work?
Sounds like you're going to start.
Terrible place.
Sounds like you're going to start crying.
Let's just get to the picks so I can get... My phone's going to go dead.
New Orleans is at home, favored by...
3-0, by the way.
No, you weren't. Quit lying.
You check the tape. You get... What's his name?
Justin Guardsy.
Okay, get him to check it.
It's not Jordan.
Well, I would say check it because I know over the years, and again, Guardsy wasn't in charge then, but there were a number of times where I think the mathematics was a bit shady to say the least.
Because this seemed like almost set up for Dan to look good. Otherwise, he looks like a bozo, and he's the host of the show.
Well,
so he's cheating. I get it. I just don't think Minnesota does things.
You would think Tom Petters was in charge of the mathematics. Thank you.
Atlanta 10-point underdogs at New Orleans. A week ago, people were talking about Atlanta was hot, up and coming, watch out for them. They drive right down the field at the start of the Cowboys game. Now they're 10-point underdogs to the Saints, who messed around with Miami before coming from behind and winning the game. I can't remember the standings now. Oh, Carl, I think you're still last, so you'll start.
Yeah, according to you, I am.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a tough game because I don't think either team was really paying a lot of attention to last week's game. I think they were both looking forward to this. So I just think New Orleans is pretty good. But it's a division game. I will take Atlanta for, is it 10 or 10.5?
It's we're going with 10.
Only 10, so it could be a push?
So it could be a push at 10, correct.
Do I get double if I predict a push?
No, you don't get anything.
Then I'll take
Stop
Atlanta.
I'm going with Carl on this. It's too many points for me. New Orleans is obviously, I mean, it appears when they had, in Miami, they just said, okay, we have to start scoring now. And they did. I mean, they scored every time they got the ball. Although Sharper, I think, got another interception return for a touchdown.
What team was he with last year?
Yeah, well, he wasn't quite as effective for us as he has been for them.
That's true of a lot of players.
Well, it's true of a lot of Green Bay players, too.
Not at all.
How's Favre look lately, by the way?
Yeah, we'll find out when he is.
We'll find out.
I think he's going to find out what it's like to eat the turf. He's the best quarterback of all time.
I'll take Atlanta. I'll take Atlanta to cover. I guess, Guardsy next because Dan from Woodbury's in first place.
It's not their fault, but there's too much undefeated season talk going around in New Orleans. That's the question everybody seems to be asking them. That will serve as a minor distraction, and they will not cover that 10 points. They'll win, but they won't outscore the Falcons.
Dan from Woodbury?
I'm going to go the other way. I'll take Who Dat Saints, and I do because the Atlanta loss kind of bothers me. It kind of bothers me. I thought for sure they would play Dallas better than that. I don't think Dallas is very good. Now you can say, well, how do Who Dat Saints get behind them? But as you mentioned, Dan, the way they decided, I don't know if it's a switch they can turn it on or turn it off, but they seem to be able to score whenever they want. It's Monday night. It's Who Dat Saints. They want to show the nation that whole thing. I think they run it up on Atlanta. I think I was a big Atlanta fan when the season started.
You were a big fan, Adam. You called me after the first drive against Dallas. You said they were going to make it to the Super Bowl.
I know. I like the way they look. I like their coach. I like their quarterback. I like everything about them. But I really like Who Dat Saints. I'll take the Saints, and I think they will win by 10 or more.
Philadelphia is hosting the Giants. Eagles, Giants. It's a push. It's a pick'em game. Eagles, Giants, we start with Gerby.
I don't care. I don't think this division is very good. I don't think there's a lot of good teams there, but I'll take the Giants. I just don't think they're very good.
You'll take the Giants. Well, I was going to say to cover. It's a push 'em game. It's a pick 'em game.
I don't get all the credit for my points because you're trying to put point spreads on.
I'm going Giants too. I don't like the way the Eagles, I didn't like the way they looked against Washington. They won the game. They did what they needed to do, but I thought they were actually beatable in that game. Giants have shown a couple of warts, but I just haven't seen anything from the Eagles that makes me very impressed with them. It's in the division, which means basically anything can happen, but look, if the Eagles were playing anybody but Washington last week, I think they would have lost to about 10 teams last week. Giants are going to start. They're going to start getting annoyed with some things that have gone wrong. Coughlin will have them ready. Giants win.
Didn't the Eagles just lose to Oakland a few weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, that's correct. I think.
I'll go with the Giants, and that's all you need to know.
I'll take Eagles.
Pretty content on just giving that lead up, aren't you?
Well, I guess either that or I'm going to widen it. It's going to be one of the two.
Doesn't matter because Barreiro's going to get them all right mysteriously.
Well, with the scorekeeping, maybe. So I kind of subscribe to Dan's theory about desperate teams, and New York could be the desperate. Haven't they lost 2 in a row?
Correct.
So that could be the desperation, is we can't let this thing slip away. But I don't think either team is really particularly that good. Again, you look at the Giants of the old, who have they beaten? And the record of their 5 wins is 4-19 or whatever. I'm sure the Eagles are similar. They did lose to the Raiders. There's really no logic here other than at home in a pick'em. I like the Eagles, and I think they'll win the game.
Last but not least, Sunday, 3:15. 1 o'clock pregame show on the Fan. The Packers